Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Morgan State University's Carl J. Murphy Fine Arts Center. Please be advised that the taking of pictures and the video or audio recording of this performance without the express permission of management is strictly prohibited by law. Please be reminded that smoking is also prohibited in the Carl J. Murphy Fine Arts Center. In consideration of your fellow patrons, please take this time to turn off your cell phones and audible pagers. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Please welcome now the old storyteller, Bill Grimmett.
Good evening and welcome. My heart is full tonight. Here we have, in 2006, the 100 top blacks in technology to meet the Soulful Symphony. And I am like a kid in a candy store. So you'll forgive me if I just breeze right on through so that I can come and sit with you and listen to this spectacular evening and celebrate some of these magnificent people. Let me start with the magnificent people that are required to pull something like this off. You can't get along without a sponsor. And we really respect, adore, and love our sponsors. So let me introduce the first sponsor this evening. Sun Microsystems was incorporated 23 years ago this month with 4 employees. In 1982, it introduced its first workstation, which included Internet Protocol Suite TCP/IP. I couldn't even say that back then. The very next year, Sun and Computer Vision signed a $40 million OEM agreement, and the company began operations in Europe. By 1988, now that's only 6 years, folks, Sun had reached $1 billion in revenue, the fastest rise ever for a computer company with a direct sales force. In just over 10 years, Sun reached an incredible milestone by shipping 1 million systems. It then collaborated with others to unify the Unix system software, adding words like Java, Unix, UltraSpark to the lexicon makes it very crystal clear that when Sun says, "We make the net work," is no brag, just facts. Last year, Sun Microsystems became the largest business contributor to the global open source community by donating 1,600 patents. Sun has been a Bayer supporter for over 10 years. This year, we're delighted to have the Senior VP of Global Business Services here to provide the sponsors welcome. Please welcome David Harris.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Bill. Good evening. Good evening. All right. On behalf of Sun Microsystems, I'd like to welcome you to tonight's concert celebration, and I also am very excited about it. We're going to be honoring the 100 most important blacks in technology. And I'm honored to be in the presence of such accomplished professionals, and I'm also extremely proud and humbled to be considered one of them. I want to be the first to commend the U.S. Black Engineer and Information Technology magazine, the Career Communication Group, and last but not least, the engineering deans of historically black colleges and universities and their corporate sponsors for the tireless work to ensure that there's a forum to recognize dynamic African Americans driving innovation. There's an old adage that goes, one generation plants trees, the next enjoys the shade. Everyone honored tonight here represents a technology leader, and they individually and collectively are responsible for creating new technologies, as well as making it possible for technologies to flourish at their organizations. In addition, the work they're doing today has a significant impact on their industries and a profound impact on the next generation of young innovators and entrepreneurs. In other words, they're all planting trees to make the generations in the future have a brighter future. Sun's mission is to create technologies and fuel the communities that power the participation age. My fellow colleagues at Sun and I are dedicated to the concepts of open systems, innovation, and bringing people together. Because we believe when technological barriers come down, opportunity has nowhere else to go but up. More ideas, more economic gain, more value for everyone on the network. We are also planting trees. We're enabling future generations to work more effectively. So on behalf of our founder and CEO, Scott McNeely, and the men and women of Sun Microsystems, I want to congratulate all the honorees. In closing, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that February is Black History Month, a month dedicated to honoring the achievements of African Americans. In that vein, it's important to note that the awards committee chose this month to honor the top Black innovators in technology. Equally significant is the selection of Morgan State University to host this event, a historical Black institution that has awarded more bachelor's degrees to African American students than any other campus in Maryland. I too attended a historical Black college, not this one, mine's not far from here. And I couldn't be more inspired to be honoring the 100 most important Blacks in technology on this campus and in this month. There are plenty of trees to plant. I can't think of a group that's more able to take on the world's technology challenges. I invite you all to celebrate your achievements, and if only for tonight, enjoy the shade. Thank you.
I was just graduating from high school in 1962, and the life that now seems so small back then loomed so large now. Those who were alert then could see the changes brewing and visualize a magnificent success. This clairvoyance allows entrepreneurs to take advantages where no advantages seem to dwell. Such is the heritage of EDS. Now hear this. Today, or perhaps these are stats from last week or last year, but it doesn't matter. Even if they are from tomorrow, by the time you hear them, they will be old news because this is a company on the move. But this 40-something company manages more than 65,000 and supports more than 2.5 million desktops around the world, manages over 350 million customer relationships and more than 2.5 billion customer interactions in 48 languages every year. Provides HR services to more than 400 organizations in the world around and 33 million employees and participants worldwide. Has help desk agents who respond to 20 million support calls annually and serve clients in 24 languages. Processes more than 1 billion health claims annually. Volunteered more than 50,000 hours in support of community activities around the world in 2005. Now, sure, we could go on, but what's the use? You get the point. They have chosen to sponsor Bay activities for over 5 years, and that makes sessions like this possible. So all of that was to say this, that we're delighted to have with us the Vice President and General Manager of Global Sales and Client Solutions for the U.S. Government at EDS, Mr. Jim Duffy.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of EDS, I'm delighted to be here to congratulate all the talented men and women who've been named the top 100 Blacks in technology for 2006. Being selected for this distinguished group is a major achievement. I salute you for the contributions you've made to your fields and to our society. On this occasion, the theme chosen for honoring your accomplishments is the Festival of the Drum, Song in a Strange Land. Let me address Song in a Strange Land first, because I think we might know something about that at EDS. When EDS was formed in 1962, information technology was very new. There were no companies providing information management services back then. We were in a strange land of technology innovation. But our founders had a vision. They saw the possibilities. They understood that there would be a growing, in fact, exploding need for information technology services. With that vision and a small initial investment, and with some talented engineers working together, EDS invented the IT services business. Today, we're a $20 billion company serving governments and commercial clients around the world. EDS's founders had a vision and created a new industry. The people we salute tonight all followed their own visions and created their own professional reputations in the U.S. marketplace. This gathering is all about these people, their drive, their vision, their passion, their talents, and their success in the sometimes strange and always challenging land that is technology. This celebration is about the personal drumbeat that led each of you, each of these honorees, to take advantage of the talents and opportunities given to each of them. As we all know, technology must be nurtured to grow and flourish. Perhaps you saw Time magazine's cover story article last week. It was entitled, "Is America Flunking Science?" The article said, and I quote, that while the United States dominates the world in scientific innovation, if current trends continue, that won't be true much longer. Years of declining investment and fresh competition from abroad threaten to end our supremacy. To change this trend, it's clear that we need to encourage and foster the study of science and technology in our schools at an earlier age. We also must fund research and development. We need more people like those we honor here to enter the workforce and maintain the preeminence of the United States in technological innovation. To the honorees tonight, I say, because of your hard work and achievements, you are now part of history and the future of technology. Your contributions have changed and are changing the world for the better. The Festival of the Drum is the sound of your success. It is the steady beat of progress that is inspiring to others. So on behalf of Michael Jordan, our chairman, and all the men and women at EDS, I want to congratulate all of tonight's honorees. I especially want to congratulate the winners from EDS who are being recognized during this weekend. And finally, I also want to thank the historically black colleges and university deans, the Career Communications Group, and other sponsoring organizations for their commitment to fostering the advancement of technology every day. I hope you have a successful and enjoyable conference. Thank you very much to Maestro Darren Atwater and the Soulful Symphony for bringing us this inspirational program. And now, let the festival begin. Thank you very much.
If you look in the dictionary and look up technology, the first word you will see is art. We thought that there is no higher tribute to the men and women who are doing such phenomenal work than to bring you a celebration in song. The theme, the Festival of the Drum, Song in a Strange Land, is a tribute to you. Let's begin with something old. And God stepped out on space and he looked around. And as far as the eye of God could see, darkness covered everything, blacker than 100 midnights down in a cypress swamp. And God said, I'm lonely. I'll make me a world. These are the first utterances of a technologist. I'm lonely. I've got a problem. I'll make something. And this is what they do. Then God smiled, and the light broke. And the darkness rolled up on his one side, and the light stood shining on the other, and God said, "Ah, that's good." Then God reached out and took the light in his hands, and God rolled the light around in his hands until he made the sun. And he set that sun ablazing in the heavens. And the light was left from making the sun. God gathered it up in shining little balls and flung it against the darkness, spangling the night with the moon and the stars. Then down between the darkness and the light, he hurled the world. And God said, "That is good." Then God himself stepped down, and the sun was on his right hand, and the moon was on his left. The stars were cluttered about his head, and the earth was under his feet, and God walked. And where he trod, his footsteps hollowed the valleys out and bulged the mountains up. Then he stopped and looked and saw that the earth was hot and barren. And so God stepped over to the edge of the world, and he spat out the 7 seas. He batted his eyes, and the lightnings flashed. He clapped his hands, and the thunders rolled, and the waters above the earth came down. The cool waters came down. Then the green grass sprouted, and the little red flowers blossomed. The pine tree pointed his finger to the sky, and the oak spread out his wings. The lakes cuddled down in the hollows of the ground, and the rivers ran down to the sea. And God smiled again, and the rainbow appeared and curled itself around his shoulder. Then God raised his arm, and he waved his hand over the sea and over the land. And he said, "Bring forth, bring forth." And quicker than God could drop his hands, fishes and fowls and beasts and birds swam the rivers and the seas, roamed the forests and the woods, and split the air with their wings. And God said, "That is good." Then God walked around, and God looked around, and on all that he had made, he looked at his sun, and he looked at his moon, and he looked at his little stars. He looked on his world with all his living things. And God said, "I'm lonely still." Then God sat down on the side of a hill where he could think. By a deep, wide river he sat down. With his head in his hands, God thought. And he thought, till he thought, "I'll make me a man." Well, the chief angel said, "God, woe unto ye who makes a man without a companion. He can get into an awful lot of trouble." And God said, "What do you think I should do?" And the first angel said, "Make a companion to fend off the worries and the woes." And God said, "Make a woe man first, and take a rib from her and make a man." Well, that's my little insertion. Being political correct and all. Then up from the bed of the river, God scooped the clay, and by the bank of the river he kneeled him down. And there the great God Almighty, who lit the sun and fixed it in the sky, who flung the stars to the farmost corners of the world, who rounded the earth in the middle of his hand, this great God, like a mammy bending over her baby, kneeled down in the dust, toiling over a lump of clay till he shaped it in his own image. Then into it he blew the breath of life, and man and woman became living beings. James Weldon Johnson, the creation. This is what technologists do. And here we get to marry art and technology. Let me introduce you to the man who's going to make you cry and laugh and shout. Please welcome the maestro, Darren Atwater of the Soulful Symphony. welcoming.
Bless.
I heard that the seventh generation after slavery was having a celebration here tonight. And they told me that my first passion, the violin, which I played a little, was meeting my second passion, which was phenomenal achievers. And so I went to the gate and I said, look, I got to go down. And I have to go down because I was there in the first generation after slavery. And we predicted that this generation would be the one that did it. And you have done it. I want you to meet. They gave me a list here to read, and I want you to meet some of the people that we are honoring here tonight. It's going to be brief, just a minute, but an eternity is in it. First, today, at the Modern Day Technology Luncheon, we missed a very valuable resource at AT&T. I want you to welcome and greet Carla Wheeler. Come on out here, Carla. Come right on. Isn't she wonderful? Magnificent. Go ahead and take my picture with her. I'd like to have this one. And now, for our 2006 100 most important blacks in technology, meet the Vice President of Parsons Corporation, Donna Williams. You can take a picture. The Vice President for, that's right, here we go. Click, click, good, go, thank you. Willie Clark, another Vice President at Parsons. Congratulations. Yes. T. Williams, accepting for Wilbert James, Jr., the Vice President of Manufacturing, Toyota. Right here. I've never done this before. All right. Ben Saba Hassan, Vice President of Corporate and Product Group Information Technology at Dell, Inc. Come right on. All right. There you go. See, I'll be quick. The CIO of Allegis Group, Kevin Apperson. You can send him a little quicker. Oh, there you go. There he is. All right. The General Manager, Tivoli Software, IBM Corporation, Al Zoller. Congratulations. The Vice President of Development, IBM Systems and Technology Group, Rodney Atkins. The Vice President of EDS, Cozy Bailey. Right here. Thank you. Great. The Vice President of Operations, Grand Gulf Nuclear Station Integer Corporation, George A. Williams. Got a smile, too. Thank you. The Vice President of Worldwide Regulatory Affairs, Wythe Research, Inc., Henrietta Ukwu. Dr. Henrietta Ukwu. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Look over there. There he is. The cute guy. The Senior Vice President, Global Business Services, Sun Microsystems, David Harris. You've met him before. All right. Great. The Vice President of Grid Engineering Program Office, Sun Microsystems, Rhonda Holt. That's you. You can't say you didn't take a picture with Frederick Douglass. The Assistant Vice President for Instructional Technology, Academic Affairs, Florida A&M University, Dinah Ziegler. I didn't go to school there, but I know some friends of mine who did. The Senior Vice President and CIO of Walmart stores, Nancy Stewart. I think she's now the CTO, the Chief Technical Officer. Congratulations, right there.
Thank you so much.
Where was I? Somebody found, the Vice President, Supply Chain Service, the Boeing Company, James Wigfall. He's walking so smart, isn't he? Look at Congratulations. Look right there. There you go. I'll buy that one from you later. The Vice President of Supplier Management, Boeing Integrated Defense Systems, Norma Clayton. How are you? Congratulations to you. The Vice President, Chief Financial Officer of the Boeing Company, Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer, the Boeing Company, James Bell. A person to know.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Senior Vice President and Midwest District Manager, Parsons, Brinkerhoff, Quaid, and Douglas, Adele Nwanko. Did I come close?
You did.
The President of Parsons, Brinkerhoff, Quaid, and Douglas, William D. Smith, Black Engineer of the Year last year. The Vice President, IT of Network Computing and IT Operations, Belinda Watkins. He's pushing me around.
Thank you.
The Assistant Vice President, Allstate Insurance Company, Robin Richmond. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The Senior Director, Client Operations, EDS, Kirby Burton. Somebody out there likes you. The President, Northrop Grumman Zetron, I think, Corporation, Patricia Newdy, it says here, but I thought that was Newbie. I'll find out in a minute. I want to get this right. Newbie? Yes, they put a D. Sorry for messing up your name. The Vice President, Information Services, Philip Morris, USA, Joseph Amado. Congratulations to you, sir. The research professor, Whiting School, the Johns Hopkins University, Dr. James West. I knew you as a kid, right? Research Fellow, Inorganic and Integration Technology Director, Corning, Inc., Carlton Truesdell. Congratulations, sir. The commander of the Mississippi Valley Division, President Designee, Mississippi River Commission, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Brigadier General Robert Creer. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Hua.
I knew it was coming. The President and CEO, Alt Incorporated, Frederick Green. Congratulations, sir. The President and CEO of the Lyle Group and General of U.S. Air Force retired General Lester Lyle. You know I wasn't going to mess that up. Thank you, sir. The President and CEO of Dimensions International and Four-star General, former commander of the U.S. AMC and U.S. Army retired, Johnny Wilson.
Almost couldn't get it out.
Congratulations, sir. The President and CEO of Minotech Corporation and another one of our Black Engineer of the Year winners, Dr. Lydia Thomas. The Senior VP, Global Purchasing, Ford Motor Company, Thomas K. Brown. How you doing? Congratulations. This Chief Information Officer, Lockheed Martin Corporation, and the President of Lockheed Martin Enterprise Information Systems, Joseph Cleveland. I got to get right for this one. Congratulations. Oh, you can't go that way. It's blocked, I think. Another of our Black Engineer of the Year winners, the President and CEO of the Raven Group, Lieutenant General retired, U.S. Army retired, Joe Ballard. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The Senior Vice President, Enterprise Market, Sprint Nextel, Paget Alves. Congratulations.
Great.
The Vice Chancellor, Information Technology, CIO, North Carolina State University, Rodney Harrigan. Congratulations, sir. Douglas has sweat in his eyes. The Executive Portfolio Director for the Coca-Cola Company, Kevin Summers. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very good. The National Chairperson for the National Society of Black Engineers, Chauncey Lundy. Congratulations. The CIO of Sara Lee Branded Apparel, Jim Nanton. Congratulations. Oh. You're going to get shot by the camera here. the plant manager of General Motors Corporation, Wilmer Cooksey. The Corvette man. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have on my list. What you need to understand is that there are 101 of these magnificent people. And I want you to understand that their coming here in such an ever so brief moment is not intended to say, fly by. It is intended to say, we want to merge you with the orchestra. Did you notice we asked the orchestra to come out and sit through this? Because I wanted to get a picture of the technologists and the symphony. Joseph Cleveland tells the story a lot about leadership, and he uses the symphony. I hope when you go back home and you've got that picture, you understand clearly that what we're trying to say here is that there is a natural merger between art and what you do every day. And that's why we brought you here in this setting. It was not to take a picture of me. It's to take a picture of them, but I fooled them. Here's what Frederick Douglass said. When slaves were selected to go to the big house, which was 12 miles away, they always had to sing as they walked through the woods to let the master know where they were. And they could make those dense old songs for miles around reverberate with their singing, revealing at once the highest joy and the deepest sadness. They would compose and sing as they went along, consulting neither time nor tune. The thought that came up came out, if not in word, in sound, and as frequently in one as in the other. They would sometimes sing the most pathetic sentiment in the most rapturous tone, and the most rapturous sentiment in the most pathetic tone. Oh, they were tones long, loud, and deep. They breathed the prayer and complaint of souls boiling over with the bitterest anguish. Every tone a testament against slavery and a prayer to God for deliverance from chains. I did not, as a slave, understand the deep meaning of those rude and incoherent songs. They told a tale of woe which was then altogether beyond my feeble comprehension. I was myself within the circle, so that I neither saw nor heard as those without might see and hear. And yet, it is to those songs that I trace my first glimmering conception of humanity. We hope, as we bring on the maestro, that when you go back and continue to climb, you remember that it's through those songs that we connected our first glimmering conception of humanity. And then we rise. Please greet Maestro Darren Atwater and the Soulful Symphony.
Was this that magical evening that we promised? Let's get. Darian, please. 2 years ago, Darian and I sat in my house watching the Black Engineer of the Year video. And we said, we have to find a way to make this work. And tonight, with the help of LaRon Finney, Beverly Carter, tonight we made that happen. Let's give them another round of applause. I don't think you ever see something as talented as this group. This is the only group that exists in America like this. So we really tried to make something special for you. Me being here does not mean another 15 minutes. Very quickly, I just want to say, I want to congratulate again all of our honorees. It's important that we celebrate excellence, and you made that happen. Ted Charles from IBM up there, he said, I don't think I've ever heard a black orchestra. And look what we have here. I sincerely want to thank Dr. Eugene Deloach, Dr. Earl Richardson, and Morgan State for making this facility available to us. And it speaks to the quality of our historically black colleges and universities that we can have such a fine night here on campus. And the last thing I want to say is on behalf of Lockheed Martin, the Council of Deans of the Historically Black Engineering programs, all of the deans are here. Let me tell you why this is so important. 6 out of 10 African-American black students in engineering are enrolled on this campus. Without our HBCUs, without our deans, our schools, our population die. We must make sure we support people like Darian, the talent that comes out of these campuses, and all of our students. God bless you. Thank you for being here, and I'll see everyone later. You've got to say something. Please.
Tyrone is making me say something. So on behalf of the orchestra, we are indeed delighted to be here again tonight. Thank you for sticking in there with us. I know it's been a long day for some of you all. But we appreciate making beautiful music for you, and we appreciate the feedback and the warm feelings that we received from you while we were in this musical experience together. Thank you, Tyrone. Thank you, everybody who was involved, for making it possible for us to be here tonight and to be exposed to such wonderful people. Thank you.
The blackness.